Hello, my dears and my darlings. Welcome to your April 29th card of the day. Happy birthday to the April 29th babies out there. I'm posting this a little bit early, depending on where you are in the world. I'm having a great night. I'm just feeling so much love and so much gratitude and just so much awe that I'm like, let me hop on now. Let me do the card of the day now. I'm sending you all good vibes, good energy. Oh gosh, it's just such a beautiful feeling right now that I'm like, this is good energy to pull a card in. So, posting a little early, pulling the card a little bit early, and setting the intention for a message for the next 24 hours, okay? All right, my babies. Let's see what's coming up for you, my darlings. And we have this card here. Let's see what it is. Ooh, it's strength. And look how gorgeous. Don't you just love this deck? I'm so inspired by it. I am working on painting my own tarot deck. I gotta get out of my head and just let myself do it. Look at what a beautiful, beautiful card this is. Gosh, I love this. I love this deck. Um, First and foremost, this is the Major Arcana card. And the Major Arcana cards are always going to come up when we are coming into a new chapter in our life. It's a defining moment. It's a new chapter. It's a new significant point in our journey. And for me in my readings, usually it's directly connected to something we came here to experience, something we came here to master. So there's a sense of you can't fail. Like for me, the Major Arcana cards just tell me you can't fail. As long as you don't just lay down and stop moving, as long as you're moving forward, this is a time, this is a transitory time, a crossroads where your angels and guides are with you, right? This is something you came here to accomplish, to learn, to master. So they're helping you. They're around you at this time. You can't fail as long as you're moving forward. You have your spiritual team with you helping you. The strength card comes up in several different ways, okay? The strength card is obviously about strength, loyalty, and commitment. And for some of you, this is going to be in terms of your personal life and your relationships. For some of you, the strength card is about breaking out of the current circle, getting away from the lower vibrational energies. A lot of light workers, and I've said this before in the past, and some of you are tearing up. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel the tears. I haven't even said anything yet. Give me a second. But uh a lot of light work, maybe some of you are tearing up because you've heard me say this before. A lot of light workers are born into very dark families or very dark places. And because of the awakening that we're coming into now, the new light age, the new renaissance, whatever you want to call it, shifting into 5D, however you want to label it, we're at this massive awakening, this massive ascension, this massive evolution as the human race, okay? And so a lot of people have reincarnated in this lifetime who have had lifetimes of being very gifted spiritually. But many of us used our powers and our gifts maliciously. Many of us used it to get that coin, to get those little bags of gold, right? We were like spiritual mercenaries. You pay the price, and you want us to hex someone, you want us to curse someone, you want us to do something unethical. If the price was right, we would do it. And so a lot of people, as they're going through their soul evolution, they're like, no, I need to use my gifts for the greater good. I need to use my gifts in the appropriate way. And instead of using it as a weapon, I want to use it as a tool for healing, right? And so a lot of spiritually gifted people, because you come from a spiritually gifted lineage, a lot of us light workers at this time were born into very dark bloodlines or very dark places, and we're ascending and breaking out of those. And that can be very difficult. your spiritual attack is going to be a lot more heavier and a lot stickier than the average person's. But the strength card tells us you're going to break out. As soon as you stop waiting for someone to come in and take you by the hand, sometimes we pray and we say, God, if you want me to make this change, if you want me to make this shift, send me the person to help me. Send me the person to help me. We're going to find not the person, but the persons, the people, the soul family, the tribe, once we get out of that territory. It's going to require some work on our part to step out of that circle. And so how do we do that? We do that by getting involved in the things that are calling to us. Okay? For me in the beginning, I signed up for a stand-up comedy class because it terrified me. And I was just like, I think I'm a funny person and I want to explore that, right? There was nobody that wanted to do it with me. I went by myself. Okay? It could be taking a class an online class where you're meeting people online. It could be going to a workshop. It could be going to a church or a spiritual center or spiritual community, and you might not know anybody there, but you just get up and you go, whether you're doing it online or in person. And this is allowing you to make new connections. And this is allowing you to break away from the old energy. The strength card is going out on your own, going into the uncharted territory, and seeing that not only are you becoming successful, you're thriving, you're conquering. You're going out into the wild, out into the unknown, and you're conquering. This lion is there with her like a guard dog, like a protector. And I like to imagine how might have this happened. She didn't go up to that lion and start, yelling at it and, bossing it around and punching it in the face. It would have torn her to shreds. So I always imagine she was respectful. She gave it space. She stayed away from it. Maybe, she started to leave out food and water for it. Maybe there came a time it was injured or it was sick and she took care of it. And so I imagine the way in which this woman may have formed this bond with this lion. Through gentleness, through common ground, through the understanding of the physical needs of all living creatures, and that gentleness, that compassion, that hospitality. Right? So a lot of you maybe aren't feeling like you're strong or that you're tough or that you can protect yourself. But your gentleness is strength. Her gentleness is strength. A lot of the times we're very afraid. We don't know how to approach people. And we're like, well, I don't know how to make friends. I don't know how to let people in. Believe me, I can relate. But the strength card reminds us that all living creatures have basic living needs, right? And sometimes we can bond through those things, right? A cup of coffee, a meal together, showing empathy, showing sympathy, showing care and understanding. These are not things that make you weak. These are things that make you strong. These are things that help you establish bonds and alliances with people who can step up and help you in things that maybe are outside of your physical strength or outside of your intellectual capacity or whatever it might be, outside of your wheelhouse, let's say. So to not put anything above us on a pedestal, but to find the common ground. The strength card also can come up a lot of the times when, like, say you feel like you keep finding a lot of flaky people, or like loyalty is an issue for you. Maybe loyalty is an issue for you and you feel like people aren't loyal. Okay? And the strength card for me sometimes comes up to say that you have to be committed to yourself and you have to be committed to your journey. Once you start doing that, you're going to start aligning with people who take you and your journey seriously and who are going to step up and be supportive of you. But if we're constantly being accommodating to others, then what ends up happening is we have unspoken contracts, we have unspoken agreements, right? Whether this is with your friends or your family or your boss or your lover or your situationship or your sneaky link or whatever the kids are calling it these days, right? Say, for example, say you want a relationship with somebody and they say, gosh, you really are great, but my life is just so complicated right now, and I've just been hurt, and I'm just going through this depression, and I just have this problem and that problem, and I'm just really stressed at work, and I love spending time with you, and I'm always so happy to see you, and we have such great passion and such great chemistry, but I'm just going through such a hard time right now. And you're in your mind thinking, oh, okay, maybe if I love this person enough, they're going to heal. And then they're going to see what a great partner I am. They're going to come around and they're going to have a relationship with me. That's 9 out of 10 times, that's not what's going to happen. 9 out of 10 times, if we're like, oh, okay, this person's having a hard time, and we continue with them anyway, after saying what we want, we've just come into the agreement where unspoken, what we're saying is, look, commitment is really important to me. I really want a relationship with you, but I understand that that is super inconvenient for you right now. My needs are super inconvenient for you. And so your feelings and your needs are more important. So I'm going to put my feelings and my needs on the back burner, and I'm going to be accommodating to you. I'm going to make this situation as comfortable for you as possible. Once we've made that agreement with a person, the chances that they're going to stop and change and go, okay, all right, I'm ready to show up now, are slim to none, right? They have it good. Why should they change? Why should they make an effort? And so these are ways we get into unspoken agreements. But if we can be loyal to ourselves, whether it's a relationship, whether it's the pursuit of a dream or a labor of love, or something that we're very passionate about creating or inventing, or your spirituality or whatever it may be, once we're loyal to that, we're going to align with people who are supportive of that and who don't treat our feelings or our ambitions or our dreams as an inconvenience. You are not an inconvenience unless you put yourself in that position. And the Strength card says it can be scary. It can be scary to take that stand. It can be scary to own what you want. It can be scary to go out there on your own and say, I don't have anybody that has my back right now, but I'm going to step out into that wilderness and I'm going to find the right people who are going to have my back. My tribe is out there. I'm going to connect with them. It can be really scary to do that. And it will pay off once you do it. You got to get out of that territory. If you're in icky territory and you're surrounded by icky people, you got to get out of that energy to find the high vibration people. The high vibration people aren't going to be in the icky territory. And to me, that's a big part of the Strength card. Now, obviously, forgive me for not being the first thing I said, but excuse me, the Strength card here, is associated with the astrological sign of Leo. So if you are a Leo, or if you have Leo placements, there can be really big shifts and changes happening for you in those areas of your life. If you are a Leo, this could be a massive awakening for you at this time, where you're coming into your authenticity. I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise coming from my doggy. he's like the lion. He's a giant dog. Okay, so I just need to make sure he's okay. So there could be here, like if you're a Leo, you're coming into your power, you're coming into your authenticity, you're coming into your true self. breaking off the labels, breaking off the conditioning, breaking off the programming, and coming into your true self, your true essence. That could be the case if you are a Leo. Um, Overall, this is very powerful energy, very happy energy, very positive energy. And even though I'm setting the intention for the next 24 hours, because it is a major arcana card, this is going to be around for a while. One more thing I want to say here. Somebody scheduled a private reading with me and was like, can you please elaborate on this? And I wasn't going to talk about it, but she asked me, and I think I have to address it. A while back, I had said I had like a crazy, like biblical, biblical proportion dream that scared the crap out of me, and that I was saying that I have to process it, and I'll share with you what it means. I don't have the full meaning yet. I am being guided or led to read the Book of Enoch, and after I do, I'll probably elaborate more on the dream. But I feel like a part of what's come to me fits in with today's message, and I will share it with you. I talked a lot about going out into uncharted territory. Okay? Know and understand that for many people, there's going to be a sudden relocation. There's going to be a sudden relocation. There's going to be, you may find yourself ending up somewhere that you had never imagined that you would be in that place. And you'd be like, how in the heck did I end up here? Okay. I thought that already happened for me, but the dream came in to say, no, I'm not going to stay where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not being told where I'm going, but I know it's going to come out of left field for me. I'm not going to see it coming, and I am going to be taken elsewhere. I'm going to be planted somewhere else. So, this is going to happen for a lot of people on a larger scale because there is going to be a lot of shifting. There is going to be some upheavals. There is going to be rising tensions. And so, for many of us, Spirit is going to relocate us. Spirit is going to say, hey, this is a better place for you right now. So don't panic and don't freak out if all of a sudden you're in a situation where you're being forced to move. Some of you may feel this overwhelming thing inside of yourself. That's what happened to me a year ago. Like I couldn't sleep. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And I'm not saying everybody needs to leave Los Angeles. But for me, where I was, Spirit was like, you gotta get out of where you are right now. And I'm not saying everybody needs to leave a certain state or a certain city, but for some of us, we need to be in a certain energy for the changes and the shifts that are happening. So many of us are going to be led to places that are better for us energetically and better for our healing and for our release. And so for many of you going out into the unknown, you may find yourself going somewhere where you don't know that many people or might seem like a very new experience for you. And so I will share that part of what I feel this dream means, and the messages that have come to me through meditation, right? Know and understand that you're protected, that you're being guided, that you're being directed, and that, when we're coming into life and showing up with good intentions and with love, okay, we can accomplish a lot of things that maybe seem overwhelming. So, this is a time of big change, big shift, accomplishing big things, embracing our strength, and understanding that strength doesn't have to be through a warlike energy. Strength doesn't have to be through upheaval and fighting each other. Strength can be by just understanding the basic common needs of all living beings and all living creatures. Okay? So I hope that this is helpful. I know it's a lot. I know today's message was a little longer than usual. I'm kind of really talkative right now. I'm feeling this vibe, I'm feeling this energy, so I wanted to hop on and share this. I hope that the message is helpful. I'm hoping you all have a wonderful day. As always, love readings are linked in the description, weekly forecasts are linked in the description. And if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead. Take care and be well, my dears.